Hello. Hello, hello. Ninja, congrats on first and the extra glim. Dakota, welcome in. Domino, welcome in. Axel, hi. Hi, Crazy. Hi, Noir. Sorry for starting stream so late today. I had something kind of scary happen, but everything's fine. Everything's good. We're all chilling. Yeah. We're chilling today. I don't really have a plan going into today's stream. We're kind of just hanging out for a little bit. Might do a little bit of doodling. Might just yap. I don't know. But it's gonna be a shorter stream, most likely. We're not gonna be going for like 5 hours today. But yeah, we'll hang out for a bit. Yap about stuff, maybe draw a little bit. And then I'll be gone. I'll disappear into the void for a couple weeks. Yeah. Let's head on over. Let's head on over. Hello. Hello, hello. We have the rain noises back today. I don't even know if you guys can hear them since I made them pretty quiet, but got the rain noises back. Get some music running. Get some music running. Let's see, let's see. I don't know what I want to listen to. I don't know. I guess we can just do my regular playlist. Oh, it's so quiet. Okay. Brought up this topic with a bunch of other streamers. Have you heard Inferno? I think Mord listened to it, but he hasn't gotten back to me. No, I have no idea what you're talking about, actually. Is it like a song, an album? It's an album, okay. By who? By Boards of Canada. Oh, I haven't heard of that before. Perhaps I shall check it out later. What kind of genre of music is that? Like, what kind of music do they make? I heard Canada. Right. Of course you would come in on that. It's electronic, more on the side of spoken word, IDM, downtempo, and hauntology. I've never heard that before. Hauntology is an interesting word for music. Is it like spooky? Kinda interesting. Yeah, I've never heard that before. Adrian, welcome in. The word Canada summons me, apparently. Apparently it does. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out later. Yeah, I'm always down for some music recs. I like finding new music. I'm Canadian. Hell yeah! Kai is not Canadian, but her partner is. Golza, welcome in. $66 glims. So close. So close to your favorite number. Oh, did the coin toss not work? Hang on. My streamer bot broken or something? Hi, Mr. Scary. Welcome in. Hang on, I don't know why the coin toss didn't work. That's weird. It, like, broke. Let me check the queue. Strange. Let me take a look at that. Three days. 3 days. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why the coin toss broke. I don't know why nothing happened there. Sometimes, random actions will just kind of break on StreamerBot, but usually it doesn't just do nothing. It's not like it was misspelled or anything. How did you kill Maros or Sammy? It's StreamerBot. StreamerBot. I could use Sammy. I could probably do a lot of similar things. I just never was able to I can't speak. I was never able to really wrap my head around Sammy, and everyone I kind of knew uses StreamerBot, so I ended up using StreamerBot. I know I'm pretty sure Shindigs uses Sammy though, so I know you can do a lot of crazy stuff with it. But yeah. Kaz, make a standee so I can have my Kamiyoshi on my desk. Maybe one day I'll make merch. Maybe one day. I know Ivory Shard uses Sammy into damn fighting it. Yeah, you can do some crazy stuff with both Sammy and StreamerBot and mix it up. Not as much mix it up from what I've heard though. Most people I think now tend to use either StreamerBot or Sammy. But I think mix it up was a big one like a couple years ago. Kaz merch would be fire. See, the problem is it's hard to make merch as a really small streamer because as you might know, the more of something you buy, the cheaper it is, right? So if you're a really small streamer and you're only really like thinking that a few people are gonna buy merch, it's far more expensive to produce that merch because you're only making a few of them than versus like making a ton. So making merch would be probably I would probably be doing it at a loss, to be honest, but maybe next subathon, maybe next time I do a subathon, we can do merch. Is my game so loud I can't hear my goat? Then turn it down. Are you? I'm good. I'm kind of stressed actually, but I'm good. If I could have Kaz merch. Dude, if I could have like a clothing line, that would be the coolest shit ever. It would be so expensive, but that's the coolest shit ever. What are you up to today? I don't know. We're kind of just chilling today. Plushies. Plushies are also pretty expensive to produce, unfortunately. Plushies would be really fun though. I would love to have a plushie of myself. But yeah, we're kind of just chilling today. I might do some doodling. It'll be a shorter stream. Because I got a lot of trip prep to finish up over the next couple days. Also, hi Amara, welcome in. But yeah, sorry I started stream late. It's literally like as I'm setting up my stream I get a phone call, and normally if I get a call I don't pick it up if I don't recognize the number, but the number was from my city, so I'm like, okay, it's probably not a scam call because it's like this is from like this area code is from my city. So I pick it up and I'm like, hello, because I don't know who's calling me. And they're like, hey, this is blah, 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 animal hospital. We have your dog. And I'm like, huh? What? What happened? Is she okay? Like, what's going on? Apparently someone found her just out wandering. She's fine, thank God, but like someone just found her out wandering and brought her into this vet that's like really nearby where I live. So I'm like, oh my God, you know, like I'll be there in a few to pick her up. So I quickly like get some shoes on and go over there. So basically what happened is we had someone come by our house earlier to do some work, and this motherfucker left our back gate wide open. Wide open. So when I let my dog out after they left to go into our backyard, she got out the back gate, which I couldn't see. I can't see the gate from like from the back door. I can't see it. I assume they shut the gate because who doesn't shut the frickin' gate when they leave? So I let her out after a little bit, like half an hour after they leave. And I go back to my room to do stuff. And yeah, I get this call and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? So I have to drive over there and pick my dog up and come back literally like right as I was going to start stream. So thank God I picked up the phone because I wasn't planning on it until I saw that it was my own area code. Yeah, slight detour, but everything's okay. Everything's fine. I was a little terrified at first. Because, you know, they call and I'm like, I don't know what state my dog is in right now. But it was fine. She was just kind of wandering. She was just wandering. They said it was really funny because this is the vet that we take her to. Apparently the guy that found her just walking around brought her to this vet because it's so nearby. And apparently he said, yeah, I think she goes here because she walked up to the front door of this vet like she knew where she was going. And then the people at the vet looked her up and that's how they found my phone number. Just because my dad is out of town right now. So my number is the only one that I guess they could reach. So thank goodness. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. But yeah. Yeah. That was crazy. Did you see my dog on the local Facebook page? Why? Like your dog would get out and then people would post it like lost dog. I've been watching Pitbulls and Paralyse again. It's so worrying when a pet gets lost, but great seeing them get better. Yeah. Just came back and all I heard while putting on my headphones was, and that's how they found my phone number. Don't give any context, please. It keeps it funnier. Okay. Well, you might figure it out by all the other chat messages, but you know. One time my dog escaped and he was found down the street outside the window of someone cooking steak. That's so funny. Yeah, my dog's kind of silly. She's gotten out like a couple times because she just is an escape artist. And she's like a big dog, by the way. So there's never been any problems. She kind of just walks down the street and just starts sniffing stuff. Can I join everyone? Maybe. I don't know what I'm gonna get up to today, but maybe. Yeah, my dog just kind of walks around. Like, she doesn't go into the street or anything. She just kind of explores. Fennec Shark, welcome in. My cat went under a porch twice. I was panicking, but he was just chilling. Yeah, that happens. Oh my god. Oh my god. I went on like a 2-day trip, like a week, or like a 3-day trip, like a weekend thing a couple months ago. And I left my brother in charge of taking care of my cat, right? And I'm on this trip. I am, you know, a few hours away from home. I get a call from my brother. I think I lost the cat. Are you fucking kidding me? I got so mad at him because, like, obviously I did. And turns out literally like a couple hours later, because I'm like, you better find him. He was just chilling in our garage. Like, he didn't even go that far. He was just chilling in our garage. Which, I don't know how he would, like, get out there anyway. He's supposed to really only stay in my room for the most part. But yeah. he was just chilling in our garage. There have been other times where I thought I lost the cat, but he was just hiding in my room. And my room is quite small, by the way. So, like, it's usually pretty easy to find the cat. He's usually only in, like, a few places. I'm searching around my room. I am terrified. I'm like, oh my god, where else could he be? I can't find him anywhere. I'm calling for him. I'm looking around the rest of the house. I'm asking my brother if he's in his room. Going around freaking out. And then I hear the tiniest little meow when searching around my room again. I hear the tiniest little mew. And usually this cat is loud as hell when I get home from work. Usually he is loud as hell. And I just hear the tiniest little meow in my room. And I'm like, oh, where is he? He somehow, I don't know if I accidentally left it open when I left for work in a rush or what, but he somehow got into my dresser and shut it on himself. So he was stuck in my, like, big dresser drawer. Luckily, it was a really short shift at work. I was gone for like 4 hours. So he, at maximum, was in there for like a few hours. But I was like, how did you get in there? And more importantly, how did you close it on yourself? And there was like, it wasn't like a packed dresser because I don't do my laundry enough. So there was like, he seemed fairly comfortable in there, honestly, but I just hear the tiniest little meow, and I start opening up all my dresser drawers, and I open up this one, and I see him just laying in there, and I'm like, oh my god, what happened? But yeah, so that was a terrifying moment, but I'm glad it was all okay. God, I feel like I have to sneeze. Like that feeling just in my face, but it's not happening, god damn it. Whatever. Once we thought we lost the family dog, turns out he was sleeping or something under a bush. He was an older black dog, so it was hard to see him, and he worried us a lot. Yeah. Any pet with a oh my god, I can't read it. Any pet with a loving and caring home, when they see an open door, yeah, they just skedaddle. They just skedaddle. They yearn for the outdoors, for the danger. Why? I don't friggin' know, but they just be crazy like that. They just be crazy like that. But yeah, I'm going on vacation soon, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I am going to be leaving you for a couple weeks, though. I wish I had more time to, like, work on stuff before I leave. Like, work on stream stuff. Because I started making my next model already. But I only just barely started on it. So, like, it probably will take a while to finish. I'm like, I'm ready to update my stream again. But I just don't have time to work on it. That's okay, I'm gonna be living it up. I'm gonna be living it up. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do today. I don't know if I want to, like, doodle, if I just want to hang out and yap. I could pull up the overlay sketch I was working on. I can work on that a little bit. Okay, how's everyone's week been going? Anything fun planned? Anything fun happen already? What's everyone's top 2 moments of the week? Oh my gosh, it's Friday already. My sense of weeks and like weekends is so messed up because I usually work on the weekends. So my weekend is usually like in the middle of the week, or I just don't get a weekend actually. My weekend is like a random day in the middle of the week, and usually that's my stream days. This week I went to the barber to trim up, and on Monday I'm going for an interview. Hell yeah. Looking at birthday spots for us right now. Also hell yeah. Yeah, sorry, I am seeing that you are texting me. Sorry that I'm not responding. I can feel my phone buzzing, but I haven't been able to like look at it. But I will trust your judgment. If you wanna book something, then feel free. I will say another thing we can do, instead of booking everything directly through the travel agency, we could also just look for things to do and just kind of explore and just kind of walk around. Just because I do feel like if we are booking a lot of the add-on things, it's probably going to get pretty expensive pretty quick. And then also, I also had some food places in mind, but that was really only for like one area, so I don't know, I can send you my little notes app screenshot. You get travel guys right now? Hell yeah. Yes, send. Okay, let me just screenshot this. Most of these are completely optional, by the way, but some of them I do really want to do. It's mostly notes on when we'll be in Rome. Could always just completely design a model for me just for cakes. Yes, I will completely design an entire model for you in one singular stream just for funsies. Sure, babe, welcome in. 92 glimpse. Holy crap. Wait. That's a lot of glimpse. What did your username used to be? What did your username used to be? What was it? Easy, yeah, easy. Easy, just make a whole model. Just more 3D modeling practice and setting. Happy for AC during this heat wave and it's the end of the week. Dude, I'm gonna be so cooked. Luckily, all of our hotels have AC. But man. Ugh. European summer. Humid ass summer. Akasha is like, yeah! Yes, yes, yes. Hello. I was like, hang on a second. I know who you are. But I don't, and also... I was like, that's a lot of glims. It's like, that's a lot of glims. Good luck out there. Yeah, packing lots of light, you know, natural fiber clothing. Gets way hotter here than it... Okay, but like, we have dry heat. Italy's like humid heat, you know? So it is a little bit different. But it does get way hotter here. I was looking at the weather earlier today. Can't you just... no, I think I can't be naked, actually. I think that's illegal. I think that is quite illegal. And also, I would just be extremely uncomfortable. But, yeah, I think it's gonna be, like, mid-80s for the most part. And quite humid. So... in Europe, you can be nude, it's fine. Okay, well, you can do that, but I will be okay. I'm good, actually. I was shocked myself after I saw. I was like, holy moly, 92. Hi, hope you're doing well, miss you in your streams. Yeah, I'm glad to see you back. Yeah, 92 is a big number. Smile is so cutesy, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, I've been using this one more than my regular model at this point because I really like how it turned out. No, it's gonna be mid-80s Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. Like almost 30, I think. I don't know. I have no idea. How can I change this to Celsius? That's 30. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's like 30. Maybe like slightly less than 30. Like 29.5 or something. But yeah, like mid 80s. Like 85 degrees, 84 degrees. That'll be the highs anyway. Most of the day it won't be that hot. But yes, we will be eating lots of gelato. Dude, we gotta get avocados there. We have to. We absolutely have to. Especially when we're in Florence. Subtract 30, divide by 2. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I just kind of knew, just from doing past conversions, that it's around 30 for like 85 degrees. Just above room temp? 20... Wait. Room temp? Is there like an actual number for room temp? I thought room temp was just wherever you are. What the actual room temperature is. Not exact, but close enough. Yeah. That room temp was like 21. We're still talking Fahrenheit, right? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I think my perfect temperature would be like 72 Fahrenheit. That's like 21, right? Room temp is like 70. That feels a little cool. I would think like, I mean, I guess if we're just rounding, then yeah, maybe like 70. For me, it's like between, I don't know, like 72 to 74. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's room temp. That's just like my preferred temperature. I think of room temp as just whatever the room temperature is. I don't know. Highest temp I've felt is 122? Holy crap. I think the worst I've had is like 110. Maybe 114. But I think 110 is probably the worst. Roughly. My perfect is like 65. I think I do like being able to throw a hoodie on and like bundle up. So like perfect temperature if I want to bundle up a little bit. Probably like between 65 and 70. But it depends on what I'm used to as well. Because my, you kind of get acclimated to different temperatures at different times of year. So like in the colder months, it would be like it would be like 65, but in the warmer months, it would be like 70 something. Lowest probably around negative 31. Holy crap. No, I think the lowest temperature I've ever felt is not very cold. Probably just like, probably around freezing. So like 32 Fahrenheit. But it might even be a little bit warmer than that. Hi Blue, welcome in. I have not felt very cold temperatures. And if it was below freezing, it was probably, or if it was that low, it was probably like one time. Other than that, probably like 37 degrees. Like 40 degrees. It gets as low as 40 around here sometimes, but yeah, the coldest temperature was definitely like me traveling somewhere. It doesn't get that hot or that cold here. Oh, it's for me negative 40 with wind. Oh god. Yeah, no thanks. Although I much prefer cold than hot, to be honest. Kai, I have to say, ahead of time, I do get irritable in the heat. I will try my best to not be a total bitch at times. But just know, if it's hot and disgusting, anything I say, I don't mean at all. It's finally hot again. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like it. It's okay, bro. I forgive you. Yeah, we'll be fine. Also, hi, Epic. Congrats on 69 glims. I should make something happen whenever somebody gets 69 glims. I should make an alert on stream or something. That'd be really funny. Maybe in the future. How are you? I'm alright. I'm doing good. I'm just gonna try to plan most everything so you don't have to worry. Just be along for the ride. I mean, that's fine. I don't mind planning things, though. Really don't. We can plan things together. I just like to plan things ahead of time, because otherwise I get a little stressed out about it. But I am absolutely down if we do have some free time for just wandering. I am so down for doing some wandering. We don't have to have a completely jam-packed schedule. Should use this emote too? Yeah, maybe I should just have that emote show up on stream. If it's hot and disgusting, kill me. I'm kidding, but like I'm not. Yeah, that's real. That's so real. That is so very real. No, I just get irritable. Cause I just get not happy in the heat. Dry heat is usually okay. Humid heat is where we have to worry a little bit, which is why I'm a little bit scared, but I'm gonna pack really light clothes. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything will be okay. Pack lots of water. Have a little portable fan. Everything's chilling. We'll be fine. Canada is fun. Came here and experienced -4 Fahrenheit in all of February, then 20 constantly, with mushy weather that lasts for all of March, and lastly 90-degree heat waves through July to late August. Yeah, sounds about right. Do you ever have nice weather? I feel like you have to at some point. I'm Southwest, but mountains do the mountain thing. True. Boyf lives in Kamloops. And he talks about like -11C. I think I would die. Dude, I was just thinking about this like yesterday. I am so spoiled. I don't think I can live outside of California or like the West Coast. I don't think I could do it. I'm so spoiled with like the weather here. I don't think I could live anywhere else. I don't think I could do it. I might have to, because it is very expensive to live here, but man. Yeah, over the heat. Yeah, for real. I still feel like I have to sneeze. I can still feel it, like, in my face. This is very annoying. Also, hi Loon, welcome in. Only through May and June, that's when it's comfortable 73, and then a small chill in the evening that brings it down to 50. Oh, that sounds incredible. That sounds so perfect. Arizona heat, yeah. Finally. Oh my gosh. Kamloops is not a real place. Don't believe them when they tell you it is. Yeah, that doesn't sound real. That sounds entirely fictional. Let me hydrate. I can feel my voice dying already. Oh, Kai, I'm gonna download Pantheon on my iPad before we leave. But I might be doing a lot of sleeping on the plane, so I don't know how much we'll be able to get through. Clean the nose. I don't have gross sneezes. I have very dry sneezes. I promise. I think you just get used to the weather where you live in this. Can't imagine yourself like, yeah, like, I've lived here my whole life. So like, this is very much my comfort zone. But also just like, not even just weather, but also just like, I was thinking about how much it would be cool to live in a different country. And then I started thinking about how I don't think I could survive without being able to grocery shop at Costco. Like, there's certain things that I just am so used to. And yeah. I don't know if I could do it in a completely other country. I was genuinely thinking about that. I was watching this random girl's like Japanese studio apartment tour or something. And I was like, God, it would be so cool to live in Japan. And then I thought about how much I want to be able to stuff my freezer full of stuff from Costco when I do grocery shopping. And I don't know if I could live outside of the US. I don't think I could do it. How am I going to survive without my Taco Bell Crunchwrap and TikTok? Okay, well, you can have TikTok in other places. No one's stopping you, but yeah, you might not be able to get the Crunchwrap. Dude, and like the freaking food here, I can't speak for other areas of the US, but Southern California, our food is so freaking good. We have such a good variety of food, like genuinely. My friend moved to Japan in March and all she can talk about how much she misses greedy ass American food. Greedy or greasy? Probably both. I'm taking her to Chili's. Wait, can I come too? I want to go to Chili's. What about my red I want my red 40. I want my red 40. That's the other thing I was thinking about was like importing goods. I hate to say it. I love having access to Amazon and not like ridiculous import prices. I just realized how small my sunglasses are. Or my glasses. That's better. All she wants is in and out. Yeah, see, that would be me. That would be me if I moved. I would just be like, I want Taco Bell. I want in and out. Although I do, like, I don't know. If I move to Japan, I don't know. What's the difference between the foods? If I ever go to Japan, I want to be sure to have a reliable source of filler up calories and burger. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think some things you might just have to, like, make yourself. Like, you could make a pretty good burger at home. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they have, like, actually good American food in most places. Most things I've seen of other people who move to different countries and then try, like, those kind of gimmicky American restaurants, they all suck really bad and don't have anything that's like legit. Which I guess is fair because, you know, I mean, a lot of quote unquote ethnic food in the United States is also very not authentic. And the authentic stuff is made by immigrants, so they know what they're doing because it's their own food. So I think that's why we can have really good ethnic food here, is because it's actually like made by the people. Whereas like in other countries where they're not quite as ethnically I can't talk ethnically diverse, they just don't have as many people opening up restaurants and, you know, making food from their homeland. Metabolism makes crazy. All I eat are carbs and loads of meat. Dude, that's one thing I'm kind of worried about for Italy. It's all carbs. It's all carbs. There's like not nearly as much veggies, fiber, protein. It's all carbs. I remember hearing Japan doesn't really do cereal and they don't have bread crust, thicker bread cuts. Maybe. I don't know. Portion sizes are a lot smaller there, and American food there isn't as greasy. That makes sense. Here, tamago sandos are to die for. Ugh, yum. I have never been to Japan, but when I do, oh my god. I am gonna eat so much. I'm gonna eat so much. America has the best food because we have all the food. This is true. Yeah. Agree. Heavy agree. And that's why freaking Southern California food is so good too. Oh my god. That's why it's so good. Because we have like mainly I will say mostly the Mexican food and various Asian food in Southern California, because we have a lot of Mexican and Asian people here. So both actually to die for. It's so freaking good. And it's the closest. I mean, there's a lot of like very Americanized food here as well. Like you know, you've got your like California roll and whatever, but there is also a lot of authentic food as well here, which is also very delicious. Japan 2027, here we come. 3 times in 5 years would be low-key crazy. When did you go to Japan recently? Europe is all carbs, but they treat their wheat differently, so a lot of people don't have as much tummy issues with it. Fair enough. I went in 20... Bro, Kai's like travel mogging me right now. Oh my god. I'm sitting here like never gone anywhere ever, and Kai's like, yeah, I went the last 2 years. Or 3 years. I went in 2023 and 2024. Dude, I know you have. I'm jealous. I'm bitter and jealous about it. You gotta stop talking about it. Sorry, I'm poor. I love the taco trucks. It's like seeing gold in the vast wasteland. Real. We'll get you on that travel line. No, we better. You're coming with me? Yeah. Yeah, let me know when your next Japan trip is. I am stowing away and coming along. Although I do think a Japan trip would be a lot cheaper than Europe trip, just because of the conversion. Since the euro is really strong right now. We can plan Japan. Hell yeah. Bro, so much for me saving my money. So much for me saving. Euro's almost one. No, it's not. No, it is not. Euro is worth more. At least last time I checked. Oh, damn. Okay, it went back down. When I checked recently, it was like $1.20. But maybe I just haven't checked in a couple weeks. Okay, that's better then. Yeah, last time I checked it was a lot more. Sticks, welcome in. How are you today? Sorry, my bad. Spreading misinformation. Last time I checked it was like $1.20. That's because USD better. As of now, yeah, I think the USD is better than Canadian dollar right now, but it's not better than the euro. It's because God blessed America. You know what? I think I can agree with that one. Oh my god, like 4 chats just came in. But it's still a noticeable difference when buying stuff in the other currency. Yeah, it is. Especially if we're spending a lot of money. It adds up, you know. Euro's depreciating. It used to be 2-to-1. Damn. Well, that's good for us at least. Since we're going there. Been alright, pretty tired, so I'll probably just look today. Yeah, no worries. Reminds me of when I heard Subway bread can't legally be considered bread because of how much sugar is in it. It makes it closer to cake. After I heard, I think that was, I heard something about that and how it like wasn't completely accurate. Like I think it was just, I gotta look this up, but I heard something about that not being completely accurate. I'm gonna look this up. Okay, it was something about taxing in Ireland. Because they have a certain tax that separates staple foods like bread from fancier baked goods. And that does have to do with the amount of sugar that's in it. So yeah, it couldn't be constituted as the same bread. Because it does have a bit more sugar. Yeah, that was in 2020. Yeah, so it had to do with their tax codes separating like a basic bread from fancier baked goods. So you are right. It is not considered bread because of its higher sugar content, but it's not like a totally egregious amount of sugar. It is sweet, but you know. I always hear Europeans complaining about how sweet American bread is. American bread is pretty sweet. It is different from like a regular loaf of sourdough or something. But hey, I'm not complaining. I like it. And it always will be. Oh. Interesting way to put that. Yeah. UC will kind of always be stronger than Canada. Yeah. American bread is sweet and American chocolate tastes like shit. I don't agree that American chocolate is that bad. But maybe that's just because I'm used to it. I will say European chocolate will always be superior, especially German. Ugh, so good. I personally don't like Japanese chocolate. I really do not like it. I don't know why the flavor is like that, but I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I will say a lot of brands more recently are doing shrinkflation basically and worsening their recipes to have less actual, I think it's like cocoa butter or something like that in it, and adding more alternative fats so that it's like it's just worse chocolate. They're just making it worse and cheaper. So maybe more recently it's worse, but I don't think American chocolate's that bad. I think if you're buying like the cheapest chocolate bar you'll ever see, then yeah, it's not going to be very good. But like you're buying the cheapest chocolate ever. Thank you for the hydrate. That's because there's a compound in it from when it was harder to import that makes it taste like vomit to people who've never had it. That would keep in it because Americans got used to it, attached to it. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, by American chocolate, do you mean just in the US or do you mean like US and Canada? Because I've had Canadian chocolate and it didn't taste all that different to me. Cocoa prices also going down, but they're still raising prices to... Yep. Yep. Because they can. Because they can. Best breads, IMO or sourdough and pumper. I don't know that I've ever had pumpernickel bread. We have to go to Design Festa. Yes. 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 I want to go to Design Festa. That's the big artist con, right? In Japan. Yes, it is. Okay, yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know what Design Festa is, it's basically a big con in Tokyo every year. Or is it twice a year? I don't remember. But instead of being like an anime con where it's a bunch of fan art, it's just a bunch of like artists and like artisans that are selling their various pieces. It can be like regular like paintings, drawings, it can be 3D items, you know, like sculptures, it can be it's all sorts of stuff that people make. Little charms, people make clothing and accessories. I think what I first heard about it was from Spilled Ink, which is Emirichu and Didas's traditional art channel on YouTube. So would recommend looking that up. But yes, I want to go to Design Festa. I will lose all of my money. I will lose all of my money. That's what they were saying about bakeries using box cake mix for their cakes. People are more used to box cake mix. What? Where did that come from? One time my sister brought me finished strawberry chocolate. It was so good. Ooh, yummy. The old one in May and one in November. Ugh, I want to go to Japan in November. I want to travel in the colder months. I don't know if I could go in November because I have school, but maybe. Maybe for like a fall break. But yeah, Design Festa sounds like so much fun. And I would lose all of my money. All of it. Dude, if I ever go to Japan, I have to save up so much. I would have to save up so much. Although the conversion rate is very much in my favor at the moment. That would be the cool thing about if I were to, we are so back. That'd be the cool thing about if I were to move to somewhere like Japan, is I would probably still be making my money in USD. So the conversion would be pretty nice. I don't know if I could do it. I remember seeing Emily's first Design Festa video forever ago, and I planned to plan a whole trip around it eventually because the one they hold is in fall is on my birthday. Oh my gosh! That's so cool. Yeah, it kind of sucks that my birthday is in, like, summer when it's hot and nasty everywhere. I don't think I could survive Japanese summers. I don't think I could do it. It is so freaking humid there. I do not think I could survive a Japanese summer. At least they actually have AC there. If you move to another country, you still gotta worry about— yeah, that's true. I'd have to pay double taxes. Some places have what's basically a digital nomad visa is what it's called. I know for a fact Italy has it. I don't know about Japan. Haven't looked into it, but where basically they give you like a cut on taxes because you're getting double taxed. So it's basically for people who work remotely and make their money from their home country still. So you don't have to pay as much. I could be wrong about some of this, so don't take this with a grain of salt, but I believe you pay less, or you like don't have to pay income tax because you're not making your money in the country that you were living in. I don't know. I don't remember. But it's something along those lines. Also, welcome back from ads. Welcome back. But yes, definitely gonna be spending more on this trip than I initially budgeted for. Low key. That's alright. It is what it is. Back, wanna hang now. Might just chill. Might just chill for a little bit longer. Maybe if I switch to art. How long have I been streaming for? Like an hour? Axel, are you planning on streaming tonight? Yeah, I'll just DM you. Maybe. Okay, then maybe we can hang later. I'm gonna hop in VC a little bit later. Yeah, this is gonna be a shorter stream today. Because I got a lot to do still. Gotta like clean my whole house. Gotta re-dye my hair tonight. It's gonna take like an hour. But I'm excited. I'm excited to touch up my hair. Howdy. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, hopefully I don't make a huge mess. It's been a while since I've dyed my own hair. I'm sure it'll be fine. I have gloves. I hope I don't ruin my nails. I don't think I will, but what color? Green, of course. Going green. Still. My current green is just very faded. So it's about time. I'm gonna be using... It's called... God, what's the color called? It's from Lunar Tides. I forgot what the color is called. It's like juniper or something. Let me look it up. Maybe it's just juniper green. Yeah, juniper green. So it's like a really dark green color. Been playing a lot of White Knuckle recently, but it's been increasingly frustrating since my right click is starting to double trigger and fail. I don't know what that is. Is it a game? It sounds familiar. You climb. Oh, it's like a climbing game. Oh, I think I've seen this before. Like a spooky climbing game. Yeah, I think I've seen something about this before. Hi, dude. Welcome in. Video game requires a lot of clicking on left and right, and it is crucial that your clicks are precise, but since right click is finicky, it's getting say, oh no. Oh no. Got 120 hours. Damn. I don't know what I might have the most hours on. I think the game I would have the most hours on isn't even on Steam. It's on my Switch that is dead. Oh, I'm so sad about that. I have to go get it fixed. I don't want to lose all my freaking data. I don't want to lose all my data. For those who don't know, I was very, very generously gifted a Switch 2, but I haven't been able to use it because my Switch 1 won't turn on anymore. And you have to be able to turn it on in order to transfer the data fully. You have to be able to turn it on. And I have over 400 hours in Breath of the Wild on that Switch. Among other games that I don't want to lose my progress in. So I might have to go get it fixed because I'm stubborn and really don't want to lose my data. Because that would suck. That would suck real bad. But yeah, I imagine Breath of the Wild is the game I have the most hours in. I have over 300 hours on my main playthrough of it. And then I've also replayed it a couple times on different accounts. But those ones didn't have like Nintendo accounts linked to it. So it didn't track the hours, but I think combined it's probably about 100 on those other playthroughs. Getting it fixed just for the save data. Yeah, it's really annoying actually. It's ridiculously annoying. And I don't know how expensive it will be. It's stupid. It's just stupid. I think I really only just need to replace the battery. I wonder if I could just have them like plug a new battery in and then I could just stay in the shop and transfer all my data or something. Like, I don't need to keep the battery. You know, it can be like bricked and ruined after I transfer all my data. But, you know, I don't know, but I really don't want to lose that data. I really, really don't. So I don't know what other option I have, but that is something I will worry about after I get back from my trip. Because I leave in like a couple days and I just literally don't have time to go take my Switch in and get it fixed. One of my friends has like over 6,000 hours on Red Dead Redemption. What the hell? How many like days of hours is that? Victoria says I have over 2,000 hours, but like that doesn't mean I'm ever any good at. See, I'm not that big of a gamer. So like I don't have that many hours in any game. I don't know, let me open my Steam. I don't think I have over like 150 hours in any of my Steam games. Other than maybe like V-Bridger, but that doesn't count. And then I started opening VBridger and Visual Studio without Steam. So it doesn't track the hours anymore. Let's see. Okay. The most hours in any game I have is Spirit City with 466 hours total. And the second most is Peak with 57 hours. Now, that doesn't feel right. Is this just... That doesn't seem right, because I know I have more hours than that on VBridger. I have 103 hours on VBridger. So why is it saying that? Hang on. Let me look at this over here. Yeah, so 466 hours on Spirit City, 243 hours on VSoup Studio, until I started opening it without Steam, so all of the hours I've streamed in the past year, 2 years, have not been logged. VBridger is second with 103 hours, and then Peak with 57 hours. I have a lot more hours in a lot of other games that aren't on Steam. Because I am not a gamer. I'm not a big gamer. So any games that I have more hours on are oh, I just dropped my phone. Are on my Switch or on my Oculus. my VR headset, because I got that before I got my PC. So it's standalone, so it doesn't count on Steam. If it's complaining about the battery and thus not working, then it might be possible that you just remove the battery and it works, only docked. Well, no, because that's not how it works. Because the battery is on the inside of it no matter what. If you remove the battery, then it's not going to work even when it's docked, because there's no power. Haven't conquered the expansion yet, got to I don't know anything about that game. I have no idea, but it's his comfort. It's only ever finished the whole game story once. Got him through high school, and for that I'm very grateful for Sat Cowboy game. Hell yes, you could have like 2K on Overwatch. I don't. Yeah, the most hours I have, I believe, is Breath of the Wild with like 400, roughly. I probably have a lot on some of my VR games, but I don't know if it counts how many hours. I'm not sure. Probably does, but I don't know. I think it's dead right now, so I wouldn't be able to check. But no, I downloaded Overwatch for the first time ever a couple months ago and played like 4 games, and then I uninstalled it. Because that game is so big, it takes up so much space. So I uninstalled it to get something else. But I have played Overwatch a couple times. Because I was heavily peer pressured into it. I did not play it of my own volition. I really liked Overwatch, whatever. I like TF2 more, and DR. What's DRG? I know what TF2 is. But yeah, I don't play shooters. I just don't. The only shooter I played before playing Overwatch for the first time was Splatoon, and that's not even a first person. I don't play online competitive games. just in general. Deep Rock Galactic. Oh, I've heard of that. I've heard of that. Part of mining FPS roguelike. So fun. Hell yeah. Yeah, I haven't played that many games. I don't know. There are a few games that I played not on Steam, but through the Xbox Game Pass that I might have quite a few hours on. Like we did that whole playthrough of Coffee Talk. That was a pretty long game, but I don't know if it logs the hours like Steam does. I kind of doubt it. Especially since I don't have the subscription anymore. At least I don't think I do. I'm not sure. Let me look. Let me look. Let's see, does it say? Oh, it does. Oh, that's like nothing. Oh, everything's freezing. Love that. Let me close Xbox. Okay. Yeah, I don't need this stuff open. Those are like the only online games I play. I play a lot of single player stuff like PUBG, Ultra Kill, Space Marines, Scrapmech, Rain World, etc. Too many games to count. It's always fun to hear what other people play. Hell yeah. Yeah, my two favorite games of all time are Breath of the Wild and Journey. Those are my two favorite games of all time. If you haven't played Journey and you don't know anything about it, I'd recommend you keep it that way and play it blind. Because one of the coolest things for me was playing it for the first time, not really knowing what it was about that much. And just like discovering things as I was playing. Especially on stream as well. I was like, oh my god. I don't want to say anything because I might spoil the coolest part that I didn't know, but yeah. One of their games were really good. Inscription was good. I never actually finished it. But Inscription was good. Oh my god, A Short Hike! That game is so cute. Oh, that was one of the first games I ever played on stream. Actually, I think that was the first game I ever played on stream. It was so freaking cute. I'm just scrolling through my Steam library at this point. Playing the evil dinosaur game that I hate. Oh. Oh, is that the one you were talking about the other day? I already forgot what it's called. I love puzzle games. Am I smart enough to do them well is a different question. Real. And same. I feel like the best games are those that require you to effectively know nothing about them. Real. So real. That's why I'm gonna play Omori blind. I still don't know anything about it. I'm gonna play it completely blind. One day. I should have played it like 2 years ago. I just haven't gotten around to it. Fun game is Trackmania 2020 racing game. Kind of like Formula 1, but unketamine. I think I've heard of that before. I'm not sure. It sounds familiar. I never feel more gormless than playing an old... What does gormless mean? Playing an old Zelda game. Yeah, I don't think I could play the old Zelda games. I don't think I would ever pass any of those puzzles. I would be stuck on them forever and ever and ever. Maybe if I play it on stream and I get everybody to help me. Okay, that makes sense. I figured that what it means based on context. I just have never, ever heard that word before. You know the term we use when you out a gorm? The antonym of gorm. See, I've never heard any of those words in my life. I have not heard any of those words before. I love them. I can only do them with game guides. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, I've seen like a little bit of gameplay of some of the older Zelda games, and I'm just like, bro, I would not be able to get that at all. I simply would not. Where's my yellow paint? No, I really, really loved Breath of the Wild a lot, though. I mean, obviously Breath of the Wild is unlike any other Zelda game that exists. But it's just so good. It's so good. It's so beautiful. Absolutely amazing. I got really obsessed with it for a while. And I kept seeing all these really, really cool like video essays about it. I still remember this one about the sound design in the game and about how a lot of the sound design is just so layered and how it changes like depending on what gear you're wearing in the game and stuff like that. And it's just, it's so freaking cool. It's so cool. And there's so many little references to older games. There's so many. Not only in the sound design, but also in the actual physical locations. Oh man, I could talk about that game for years. The oldest I played was Wind Waker, and I stopped when you had to collect the Triforce pieces, I think. Yeah, I don't know anything about Wind Waker. Yeah, Breath of the Wild was my very first Zelda game I ever played. And I'm honestly really glad that was the case, because that game was kind of life-changing. Low-key. Low-key. I never finished Tears of the Kingdom, because I just got busy and didn't have enough time to, like, dedicate time to playing games anymore, where I could just kind of sit down and, like, commit to playing a game for a few hours. Also, I didn't like Tears of the Kingdom as much. I didn't like it as much as Breath of the Wild. I remember playing Breath of the Wild a long time ago. I can't remember the last time I touched it, but I did all of the shrines. I got around 500 Korok seeds. Yeah, I think I didn't end up collecting all of the Korok seeds, but I did pretty much all of the side quests. I got all the shrines. I got all the memories, obviously. I just did a bunch of stuff because, as we know, not much of a gamer here. Not much of a gamer. So when I first started playing Breath of the Wild, when we first bought it, I was terrified of combat. It just gave me anxiety. I didn't want to get chased by monsters. I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna go the long way and completely avoid all of these enemies. And just avoid them as much as I can. So I would just always walk way off the path and like go around them because I was just terrified. But I think the cool thing about that is I was also really scared of the bosses, so I procrastinated on doing the Divine Beasts for a really long time. And so what happened was I just went around exploring a lot more. I was just kind of walking around, looking at things, sort of doing a bunch of side quests, looking for shrines, all that stuff. And I got to see so much more of the little things in the game versus if I just kind of went along and did the main story. Eventually, because we got the DLC as well. So I got Majora's Mask in the game, which, for those who might not know, when you get the Majora's Mask item, monsters don't recognize you immediately and they won't attack you, so you can just walk right past them. So that made me a lot more confident, and I'll just walk into the middle of a camp and let them all like not recognize me and then kill them all. But it was such a good experience because I didn't do all the combat right away. I didn't do all the main story right away. I just kind of did all the side stuff. I got all the memories, of course. And I kind of just like really over time built up my strength. So by the time I did the Divine Beasts, I was kind of OP actually. And it ended up being really easy. Because I had so many good weapons at that point. I had so many upgrades from getting all the shrines that I just didn't have a hard time with the Divine Beast at all. Which was perfect for me, because I didn't want to have like a ton of anxiety about it. But I didn't expect it. I finished freaking like Windblight or whatever, and I was like, wait, why was that so easy? Why was that so easy? But it was just because I had been playing Walking Simulator the whole time and collecting all the OP weapons and getting shrines and stuff. Oh. Kitty getting zoomies. But yeah, oh my god, the music is so freaking amazing. After a while, when I got really confident in the game and was like a lot more comfortable just fighting enemies and doing battle, whatever, like after I defeated all the Divine Beasts and was just kind of trying to get the rest of the shrines, stuff like that, just kind of exploring. Obviously, I got more comfortable just kind of walking up to enemies and fighting them. And I just remember thinking with the Ganon music, or not the Ganon music, sorry, the Guardian music, I was like, wait, why this kind of banger? So there was a couple times where I would just put the Guardian music on, just in the background. To the point where I completely forgot that a lot of people are like jump scared by that music. Because I just associated with it with like, wait, why this go kind of hard though? So I don't get anxiety from the Guardian music anymore. Because I just started associating it with being a banger. I love the frog memory because my friend was telling me on the phone to get it because I was screaming about catching all the frogs for like 5 minutes and then I found the memory. Aww. Hell yeah. Yeah, so that's one thing I did immediately in Tears of the Kingdom. And I think this is why my Tears of the Kingdom experience was different, actually. It's because I had gotten over my fear of combat in Breath of the Wild. So in Tears of the Kingdom, I was just kind of going off and doing mostly the main story. I was a little bit more impatient with it, and I just wanted to, like, see what happens next in the story, you know? So I was kind of rushing it a little bit more. Also just didn't have as much free time, so, like, I couldn't just play Walking Simulator quite as much with it. But I did get all the memories, and I, like, almost cried because they were so freaking good. But no, I didn't finish all the freaking temples. And then what happened last time I played it was it had been a really long time in between the last time I played it and like, or the time before and then the time that I was currently playing it. So I open up the game and I'm in the middle of like the puzzles that you do in order to get into the water temple. And I had no idea where I was or what I was supposed to do next because it had been so long since I was doing these puzzles that I just had no idea what I was supposed to do next. I was 100% lost. I kind of ran around a little bit, like kind of looked around, and I just had no idea. I had no idea what my path forward was. So I closed the game and I haven't touched it since then. I never figured out what I was supposed to do exactly. So I was just like, you know what? Whatever. And I shut the game and then my Switch broke and I haven't been able to use it since. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me hydrate. I can feel my voice dying again. In Tears of the Kingdom at the start, I was running around the map without large parts of the map uncovered. So I don't know where a lot of relatively basic stuff is. That's real. Dude, I am so scared of the underground area. I already forgot what it's called. I am so scared of that region. I was like, I'm just not gonna do anything down there. I hated it down there. I hated it so much. Tears of the Kingdom was a lot just generally scarier than Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was like relatively so peaceful and so cute. Tears of the Kingdom, I was just like, what is happening? Where am I? I'm scared. I don't know. I liked Breath of the Wild a lot more. Thank you for the posture check. I shall posture check myself. Also, hi Grub! Welcome in. Some great emotes as of today. That is very cute. So I came to ask if you've been staying hydrated and healthy. For the most part, yes. I read also the random giant bosses everywhere that you couldn't even see. Yeah, it's so dark. You can't see anything. And honestly, okay, I know a lot of people really love this. I didn't like the new abilities. I didn't like the building thing. It just felt like a chore most of the time to me. I didn't like having to build stuff all the time. I didn't have as much fun with it. I liked all the funny things people were making with it. I like all of the crazy creations. It was cool, but I liked how basic the Breath of the Wild abilities were. Like I liked how simple they were. Because they just felt like basic abilities, you know, and then you would use those to solve problems. Oh, Clamp! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. What are you up to? Summer Game Fest. What is that? What is that? Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. How was your stream? So many video games. Oh man. I was just talking about my experience with Tears of the Kingdom. Being in video games. Yeah, welcome in. I'm Kaz, the ferryman of the Nexus, here to guide your soul through the afterlife. But I also do a lot of art and live 2D and co-working, and today I'm just yapping. Today I am just yapping. It is going to be a shorter stream today because I got a lot to do. I'm going on vacation soon, guys. So we're just kind of having a chill yap stream before I leave, before I'm gone. Rating sounds, yes, yes. But yeah, Clamp, if you gotta head out, you gotta get some rest, get some food, you totally can. Don't feel bad about reading and running. Yeah, you guys, check out Clamp. They have the same color palette as me. It's awesome. Another kind of purple, green, blue kind of guy. That's cool. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. There are a lot of remakes, sequels, and other things starting with Resident Evil being put out. Yeah. I love that dancing emote. It's so good. Okay, let me see. I'm missing messages. I only did relatively basic stuff like hover bikes and such. Hell yeah. Release a teaser of a whole bunch of games. Oh, hell yeah. Cool. Monster Hunter got another DLC. Ooh. I remember making the fucking bullshit in Nader 5000, which was like 5,000 battery upgrades, 2 fans, and a handle, and it was basically an endless hover bike and just float around everything like Futurama. That's really funny. That's really funny. Yeah, no, I didn't make anything too crazy. But no, I saw a lot of content of other people making crazy shit, and I thought it was so funny. But I just like, I didn't enjoy it as a game mechanic as much because it did just kind of feel like a chore a lot of the time. Like it takes a long time to do. You have to find all the materials and stuff. You can't just like buy regular stuff anymore. You have to make your freaking bomb arrows. I don't know. It just I wasn't as much of a fan of the building things. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too Breath of the Wild pilled, but I really like the more simple abilities in Breath of the Wild versus like the slightly more complex. Too much investment for too little. Yeah, stuff like that. Where just like it just takes a lot to do, and then you get like a little glider that lasts like 30 seconds, you know? Like it is cool. I really like that they kept the theme of like being creative with your solutions for things and being able to kind of, you know, do whatever the hell you want. That's one thing I really, really liked about Breath of the Wild is that you could solve problems in 100 different ways, you know? That was like one of my favorite parts about the game is that like, oh, if you want to avoid if you want to avoid combat, you know, you can walk all the way around and you don't have to deal with it. Or if you want to, you know, do this puzzle a certain way, you can kind of do it in different ways. And you can kind of like do whatever order you want for the story. And I liked that part of it. I also felt like the shrines were more creative, Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I think I felt that too. One main thing as well, I don't like how they got rid of a lot of the stuff in Breath of the Wild. Playing Tears of the Kingdom, it felt like Breath of the Wild never happened. And I didn't like that. Like, what happened to all the Guardians? I don't know. I didn't like that every trace of Breath of the Wild just felt like it disappeared. Some things, like, made sense, but other ones, it's just like, man, where'd everything go? Like, everything's different. Yeah, and the underground is so scary. The underground is so scary. Like, I don't know, I heard other people saying it was kind of more like, it was a little bit more spooky, kind of like other past Zelda games were a little bit spooky. But I don't know. I just liked Breath of the Wild a lot better, I think. It was still a good game, like, don't get me wrong. And like I said, I never finished it, so I didn't get the full, like, the full scope of Tears of the Kingdom. But the whole time, I just preferred Breath of the Wild. Yeah, like, basically the only trace of Tears of the Kingdom was frickin' Mipha's statue. Like, it felt like everything else just vanished. Like, what the hell? Like, I wish they had more going on that related to Breath of the Wild. But whatever, I guess. Like a hidden guardian. That would be so cool, right? Like if they had like a couple guardians left scattered, like it wasn't nearly as much, but you know, maybe there's like one guardian somewhere that still activates. Like that would be so freaking cool. But no, they all vanished forever. In the underground, there's actual stuff like Undercities. Yeah, there was some cool lore stuff in there. And there was the whole like Yiga clan subplot thing going on. But I don't know. Breath of the Wild just felt a little bit more polished to me. It was just more enjoyable for me to play personally. I know a lot of people like Tears of the Kingdom more than Breath of the Wild. And there's probably some nostalgia factor. You know, making me like Breath of the Wild more, but I don't know. Hi, Bluto. Just checked out your blue sky. So cool, so slay. Thank you. A lot of the machines also felt a lot like toys. Yeah, I agree. Like your glasses? Thank you. Kind of cool that each big bulb had a shrine attack. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I did really like the story. Like all the Dragon's Tears memories things. That was great. That was really good. That's what I was a lot more invested in personally. It was just the the storyline, not the actual. I didn't like the gameplay as much. Gotta lay down for a nap. Have fun vacation. Thank you. Have a good nap. And thanks for the raid again. Yeah, there are 3 of them. Yes, there are. Okay, let me see if I missed anything. Ah, Rexy, thank you for the 100 bits. What the heck? Yeah, the Skylands was nice. Flying and stuff was fun. Like the new map was really pretty. The new lore was interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I just liked Breath of the Wild better. Maybe because it was a little bit more simple. Like it was just the one map that you can kind of explore. Whereas this one had like the Sky Islands and the underground. And the actual sort of like gameplay powers were a little bit more complicated. Yeah, I don't know. It could, like I said, it could also just be like a big amount of nostalgia speaking regarding Breath of the Wild. That game is just so peak. I don't think anything can ever live up to it in my mind. Nothing will ever beat it. But yeah, I would like to finish Tears of the Kingdom at some point. Like if you transform the underground into more so a dungeon layer or something. Yeah, like it makes sense to make it Malice because that's like what that is, you know? That's like a big part of the Ganons in this, you know, version of Zelda. But I don't know. It was kind of scary for me. So I didn't like going down there at all. I only went down there when I like absolutely had to. I did a couple of the little shrine things. I did oh, that's the other thing. I didn't like the champion powers. I didn't like them. I didn't like how they're always kind of following you around. It kind of bothered me. I didn't like it. Wasn't a fan. I deactivated. Yeah, like why are they just following you? And why is it so easy to accidentally activate the powers when you're just kind of doing your own thing? That shit was so annoying. Like you're crowding my screen for nothing. Gotta skedaddle now. Have a nice day. Okay. Have a good rest of your night or day or whatever time zone it is. Even better vacay. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't like the new champion abilities. I didn't like them at all. I thought they were kind of stupid. Also, that any trace of the old champions just vanished other than Mipha's statue. Oh my gosh. Like, hello? Why are we not talking about the old champions anymore? Like, are they not heroes? The fuck? Would be better if it was Helldivers Quick Time Event. I don't know what that is. I have never played Helldivers or really seen any Helldivers gameplay. But yeah, no, was not a fan of the champion abilities. I didn't like it. It was just annoying to me. I think just painting me arrows in directions. Damn. But yeah, I think the Breath of the Wild champion abilities were way more elegant. They weren't as easy to like accidentally activate. You know, they were just kind of there if you wanted to. I remember how much time has passed between. Yeah, like I think it was only a couple years. Like it was only a few years at most. Like, I don't know why they just so much of Breath of the Wild was just vanished from the map and from the story. I didn't get that. I think there should have been more remnants of Breath of the Wild than there was. Time is starting to fly faster. Yeah, I feel that. I'm still not over the frickin' champion abilities in Tears of the Kingdom. Why did they do it like that? Like, I get that they're trying to make it different from Breath of the Wild, but oh my god, that shit was so annoying. They're just like following you everywhere. Why would they do it like that? And it's so easy to accidentally activate. Like, one of them comes closer to you for a second, you're trying to interact with a different thing, and suddenly you're activating the frickin' wind thing, propelling you forward. Like, stop it! And then when you actually want to activate it, you have to, like, go hunt them down. It was so weird. I don't know why they did that. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. I don't know. But yeah, I remember all the hype when they first announced that there would be a sequel. Like, all the people trying to anticipate what the name of the game would be. Seeing the little tiny, like, 1 minute long trailers they were pushing out. They could have given me, like, special champion weapons. That would be kind of cool. It would be kind of annoying to have to switch the weapon if you want to use it, but that'd be kind of cool. Just like, I just don't like the, like, ghosts of these characters following me around. I just didn't like it. It was just in the way. I wish it was more like the other champion abilities where it's just like a thing on the side, you know? And also the original champions just had so much more aura. They were just such cooler characters. I get that the new guys were like, you know, they were like just the new guys. They were like kids and stuff. But man, Breath of the Wild abilities also put more. Yeah, I agree. Everything in Breath of the Wild just felt a lot more polished to me. Everything was a little bit more simple. It made sense. It was, you know, well, like, integrated into the game. You know, easy to understand, easy to use. All that stuff. Like, 3/4 of Tears of the Kingdom, these are just attacks them until the— yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember what all of them were. I can only remember the wind one, and then the frickin' Goron fireball thing. What was the other ones? Oh wait, I didn't get the other ones, that's why. I only got those two, and then I didn't play it again. What was Sidon's ability? I never got him. Lightning, arrow, fireball, water wave, air thing. Okay, so it's literally just like... So it literally is just attack stuff. That's so lame. Yeah, Mipha... Yeah, Mipha... I remember those ones. Those ones were way better. And I still remember the, like, Mipha's grace is now ready. It was just so much better. It's just so much better. OMG Big Kaz, yes. Yes. What is that? What is that command you're trying to do? Oh. It's a nice touch to have the cooldown meters as the machines. Wait. I don't remember that. Guardians? Wait. Am I stupid? I was just fat. Oh, okay. Oh, you mean as the divine beasts? Yeah. I agree. Yes, I agree. I agree. And I do like how they had voice lines when it recharged. I think it was really cute. Really, it was really charming how they did that. Also such a downgrade for real. Yeah, everything was just so perfect in Breath of the Wild. Like, I don't think I have any complaints in Breath of the Wild. Whereas, like, in Tears of the Kingdom, it's just like, oh, but they did it better in Breath of the Wild. Like, the champion abilities were mid. I mean, like, the frickin', like, reverse time mechanic was cool, I guess. But, like, the other abilities, I don't know. The building thing was cool for some people. It just felt like a chore to me. Being able to combine weapons was kind of cool. But once again, it just felt like it complicated things way too much when it didn't have to be. Like, yeah, just let me pick up my weapons off the side of the road. Like, it's fine. I don't need to, like, combine shit to make weapons. Like, let me just buy my freaking bomb arrows. I don't want to have to make them every time. Takes forever. Yeah, it was cool to make stuff. I remember making a shield with a flamethrower on it and just, like, absolutely demolishing enemies with it. So it was fun. But I don't know. Just crap the same thing was. Yeah, it kind of loses its novelty after a bit. And then yeah, mostly like, yeah, I don't know, like yeah, that's the thing is like it feels really cool at first and then it just takes forever and you just want to like fight your enemy and it just you're sitting here trying to make your special arrows or whatever and you have to like scroll through all your freaking items to find the one thing. it just gets a little bit annoying after a while. I don't know. Not enough Lynels? Fair enough. I guess maybe that's fair. I think there's enough Lynels personally, but I don't know. Weapons combining was cool at the start. I already read that. Lol. I don't know. I love Breath of the Wild too much. Nothing can ever live up to it. I only really use the arrow crafting for the light bulbs, bomb arrows, and against the elemental dragon things. Yeah, fair. I do think some of the new enemies were cool. Those skeleton guys, I forgot what they're called. Absolutely terrifying, by the way. Horrifying enemy design. Terrifying. What were those guys called again? Yeah, those. Terrifying. But like in a good way. It was a good enemy design. I just hated them. You know? I like suffering. Let me struggle to survive in my masochistic survival game. See, I just want to go la 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 and ride my horse and talk to NPCs and do little side quests and fight guardians. And practice my perfect parrying on the guardians. Once I found out it has the like audio cue for when it's about to shoot, I was OP against all guardians. I used the horse for maybe 5. Really? I was riding everywhere. I loved the horse music. In Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, that makes sense. Because you can just fly everywhere. You know? You can build like a... You can just build something like a car. You know? What were the other new enemies in Tears of the Kingdom? Other than the Gibdos or whatever they're called. And the Hydra guys. Let me see. I think those were the main ones. Let's see. Oh yeah, the big, like, King Bokoblins were new. Oh, and the hands. I think the hands were new, right? I'm not sure. Oh, they had the flying guys too. All the new flying enemies. Which makes sense, because, you know. Oh, yeah, the constructs. Yeah, yeah. Did they get rid of any of the enemies other than the Guardians? Like, were there any enemies that just vanished between the games? Did they still have the, like, skeleton enemies at night? I don't remember. Let me see. Oh, and they had all the new Gloom enemies. Yeah, Zonai constructs. Oh, the Horriblins. the guys that climb around on the inside of the caves. Can you mod the Switch? I believe you can. You can mod a Switch 1 for sure. I've seen a lot of people do that. I think it's harder to mod the Switch 2. Yeah, if you get like an OG Switch, you can. Just barely. Let me see. I'm looking at all the enemies. Yeah, all the constructs. Those guys were pretty cool, actually. Yeah, they reserve the right to break this. Yeah, if you try to mod it, they'll break it. That's what a lot of people were upset about with the new Eula. Oh, sorry about ads. The you can't have fun Eula, yeah. Yeah, that's why a lot of people were refusing to buy Switch 2s. Because of the shitty new Eula. I wasn't gonna buy one because it's so expensive. Also barely makes sense. I mean, if you have a functioning Switch 1, then, you know, you don't really have to unless you're like completely, you know, diehard set on playing some of the Switch 2 exclusives. So like if you really want to play Mario Kart World or the new Pokemon game or whatever the other exclusives are, then it might be worth it. But, you know. Like there's a lot of other games that are good. Just didn't know if they could break that too. The older Switches? Or the new one? I'm okay with the games they have now, yeah. Yeah, I honestly, like, I mean, the other reason why I wasn't planning on buying a Switch 2, was because I just didn't play my Switch enough to really justify buying a whole new console. But also one of the reasons I didn't play it anymore was because it didn't work. So it was just a pain in the ass to try and use because it just didn't work half the time. And now it doesn't work at all. Now it is bricked. It's done. I have to go replace the battery in order to even get my frickin' data. Oh no, yeah. Yep. I already talked about this earlier. But yeah, my old Switch doesn't work. It won't turn on, and there's no other way to transfer all of my data than to turn it on and transfer the data. Like, you have to turn it on in order to transfer your data over. So I'm just cooked. My whole Tears of the Kingdom playthrough that I never finished. My 400 plus hours in Breath of the Wild. Yes, I got a Switch too. It was gifted to me by Rain. Very, very generously. But I haven't been able to use it because I can't transfer my data over. So, yeah. I mean, I could just use it without transferring the data over, but I can't go back and transfer the data. Like, I have to do it at the beginning. I can't go back and do it. It won't work. So I'm just cooked. So I have to get my Switch 1 fixed. At least partially. At least to the point where it can turn on again. In order to transfer my data over. And my brother's data. Since we share it. All of our data on that Switch. From the past 8 years or so of gameplay. Yep. I'd only consider buying one if a new Zelda game release. I know they have special exclusive content for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but I don't know if it's like actually worth it to buy a whole new console for that. It's not. It wasn't like a whole new DLC, it's just like a little bit of extra stuff. Nothing crazy. I don't know. I'll have to get my old Switch fixed when I come back. I'd rather just watch someone play the new content than pay it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I agree. Yeah, the new console is just way too expensive. I mean, I don't think it's 800 bucks, but I don't know what currency you use. Yeah, I still have to buy the games. But I'm not gonna do anything until I can transfer my old data. I'm just not willing to lose all of that gameplay. That would suck so bad. Yeah, old games work with the Switch too. I just, need to be able to transfer the games. Which means I need to be able to turn my old Switch on. Because a lot of the game files I have are digital. Like, we bought them on the eShop instead of buying the digital copies. So. Hi, Zen. Welcome in. But yeah, most older games, I think, are like pretty much all previous Switch games work with the Switch 2, and a lot of newer games are backwards compatible. So like Tomodachi Life works on both the Switch 2 and the Switch 1. But there are some exclusives, like Mario Kart. think I haven't heard this song in a minute. It's a banger. Yeah, we might start to wrap up soon. I know it's only been 2 hours, but it's only going to be a short stream today anyway. It's like 9 o'clock. I have so much to do. We can hang out for a little bit longer, but I don't know. I decided to drop my mouse and part of my setup on the floor. She is now in shirt prison. Dude, my cat is a freaking menace. He's always like running around getting zoomies, knocking shit over. Wish I could bring him with me on my trip. But he will be just fine. Hang in here. I'm gonna make my brother take care of him while I'm gone. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure on like the exact day I'll be coming back after my trip. Kind of depends if I want to plan sort of a larger event in July. I might take a slightly longer break. If I just kind of want to come back normally, then I can come back at the beginning of July or like end of June. So it kind of depends on what I end up planning. Because it would be cool to do another fun event this year, like how we did last year. I just wish I had time to actually like work on new overlays and stuff. But I shall enjoy my vacation. Not think about stream stuff too much. Probably send some pictures in the Discord. And then if I do decide to make some new overlays, finish my next model, stuff like that, then I will probably end up coming back more around mid-July. But if I don't do that, then I'll be coming back like very, very beginning of July, late June. Axel watching you? That's so crazy. This cat is a menace. Aren't they all? Aren't they all? If you have fun on your vacation, I will. I will. So excited. I'm so freaking excited. So I haven't really had a lot of opportunities to travel in my life. So this will be my first proper abroad trip. I have never been like properly off of the continent before. So I'm very excited. If you enjoyed the breakaway from bad work and soul sucking stream. No, streams aren't soul sucking. I enjoy streaming. It would never be soul sucking. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can plan another big thing for when I come back. I don't know. It's kind of tough though, because I don't want to plan another big event until I've completely finished all of the old subathon goals, because there are still a couple that I have to fulfill. But yeah, I'm excited. Euro summer, yeah, Euro summer. But yes, I have much trip planning to do. A lot of just stuff I gotta do around the house before leaving. All that jazz. So I think we'll call it a night here. It's rare that I can just have like a regular old yapping stream. And a good time. I never do just chatting streams. Or if I do, it is in the art category with some sort of art on the stream. Be safe out there. I will. I will. If you're interested in my other social media, you can find it there. If you like this chibi model, I actually have discounted slots open for these chibi models, which I will start working on after I get back from my trip. So if you're interested in one of these, then I have them discounted until roughly the middle of June. Just for building a few more showcase pieces. So if you want something like that, feel free to join the waitlist for that. And if you want to see all of the food pictures I will probably be sending in the Discord, then you can join that way. Alright, let me play ending music. Here's my ending music. I lost it. Me when I can't fucking find anything? Where is it? Why am I blind? Sorry, I'm just fully can't find anything right now. Oops. I accidentally delete that playlist? The hell? Can I, like, not read or something? Nah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We'll just continue listening to this music, I guess. Here's the raid message. First one is for subs. The second one is for everyone else. I hope you all have a good rest of your evening. And yeah, I'll be spamming my Discord with all the things that I do on this trip probably. So if you're interested, then you're welcome to keep up with that. I probably won't be mostly active on basically any of my other social media. So if you need something from me, be warned that I might not answer DMs very quickly. Also because I will be in a completely different time zone. But yeah. Yeah. Alright, y'all. Let me copy the raid message for myself. And I will see you guys when I get back.